What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to make a delicious garlic bread pizza that is not only simple to make, contains very minimal ingredients, and the best part is it contains over 100 grams of protein while being absolutely delectable. If you've been trying to follow a high protein diet, but the traditional foods like the chicken, rice, and broccoli ain't cutting it for you, then I'm telling you, give this recipe a shot and all the others from the channel, because this diet just might change your life if you let it. And for the ultimate anabolic diet guide right in your pocket with every single tip, trick, and recipe, all right in your pocket on your phone. Don't forget you can pick up a copy of my digital cookbook at the first link in the description box. Not only does this thing contain over 300 pages, it grows along with the channel, so you get it one time. Every future recipe I drop will be included. I know if you follow us in here, you will see results no matter what, and you'll enjoy it every step of the way. Hit that link in my description box to check it out. All right, folks, if y'all are ready for their epic video underway, then as always, man, I'm here to do it for you. Let's do it! Yeah! To begin, we need to grab a loaf of French bread from the bakery section at our grocery store. I like to buy mine from H-E-B down here in Texas, and I love them because they're not only inexpensive, but the quality is always consistent. Shout out to H-E-B. And the first thing we want to do is get a bread knife, one that has these little ridges on it, and we're going to start at one end, and we want to cut this thing evenly right down the middle, just like so. And what we'll do is just sit this on a food scale, and you'll see that we have 266 grams as the weight. I want this to be right around 230 grams, so I'll do a little trimming. We really don't need to take much off at all, but I'm really just gonna try to get the top of this thing even and flat and get this to the weight we want. I recommend, if you want this diet, the best diet in the world, to actually work, be meticulous about these weights. That way we're not lying to ourselves, and we know 100% if we put our faith in the programming, the recipes, is actually gonna work for us. And after a little trimming, we got this to 230 grams, but a little tip, if you want the carbs to be even lower, you can always cut your French bread to be thinner, and you can cut down on the carbs that way. But for me, I think the macros are perfect. So what we'll do now is place a small skillet on the food scale, and we're gonna get to making our garlic butter for the garlic bread portion of the pizza. I'm gonna take 14 grams of light butter. I'm gonna weigh it out right here in the skillet. And after that, we'll take some, I can't believe it's not butter spray. I'm going to unscrew the cap, and we're gonna weigh out 20 grams down in here as well. Now, to make sure we get that garlic flavor we want, I'm gonna weigh out 5 grams of minced garlic and put it down in here. Keep in mind, I make mine a little stronger, so if you don't want as rich of a garlic flavor, you can dial it back to about 3 grams, or you can even go up further. And then finally, we just need a dash of oregano. Next, we'll just place this on the skillet. Then we'll just set the heat to a low medium. Then I'll just go in, kind of mix everything together, and we'll let this heat up and simmer for about 3 to 5 minutes so it's all the same consistency and we can smell the garlic in the air. Here we go. In a few minutes, we got our garlic butter ready to go, but first we gotta prep the bread. And what we wanna do with our bread here is just flatten it out a little bit. It's gonna make it a little wider. We can pack way more protein on top of it, give us more surface area to work with. So you can always go in by hand and press down, but what I think is even easier is just grab another cutting board, sit it on here, and press down. And boom, it's now flat, even across the entire top, and ready for our garlic butter. So what we'll do is just spoon our garlic butter out of the skillet and slowly spread it on top of our bread. Once you get a pile here, go in with your spoon, spread it out, try to get maximum coverage, trying to go edge to edge because you want every single bite to have that garlicky, buttery flavor underneath the pizza. Now, if you followed my measurements correctly, you'll easily have thick, full garlic butter coverage. Now what we want to do, to ensure that our garlic bread stays crispy even after adding the pizza sauce to it, we need to create a moisture barrier over the garlic butter. We're going to do that by just using cheese, but not any regular old cheese. We need some fat-free mozzarella cheese. We need roughly 224 grams in total, or one of those packs you just saw. And we want to use a little less than half of it right now to cover up the garlic bread. We're going to be saving the rest for later when we finally build the pizza, but for now, this is just acting as a moisture seal. If you've ever had a French bread pizza before, where the crust was crispy, but the middle was just soggy from all the sauce, then you know how important this step is right here. And when you're finished, your cheese layer should look a little something like this. Now, what we want to do is place our garlic bread on a baking sheet, and then it's going to need a little time in the oven. What we want to do is preheat the oven to 425 degrees, but we want to use convection mode. That's going to blow air around while it's cooking, and it's really going to do wonders on crisping up the outside of this bread. Makes every bite way more crispy, way more crunchy. So this only needs, right now, at this point, just 5 minutes. Get that cheese nice and melted, create that barrier we need, and then we'll finish up. All right, we're going to let this do its thing, and I'll see you guys momentarily. And after just 5 minutes in the oven, our cheese barrier has been created. You don't want the cheese to be fully melted right here, but at about the halfway point, that way it's not overcooked. To me, this looks perfect. Now, what we're gonna do now is add our pizza sauce. I recommend, if you want the full garlic bread pizza experience, buy garlic flavored pizza sauce. Not a necessity, but it'll definitely make this pizza that much better. And using a food scale, I'm gonna go in, measure out each spoon, slowly spread our sauce, with the goal being to hit 122 grams. And if you're looking for diet-friendly pizza sauce, you don't really gotta do anything fancy to find it. The cheap store-bought brands at your grocery are gonna be the lowest calorie ones. The more expensive ones are loaded down with oil and extra added sugars that are gonna make them not ideal for a weight loss diet. So go with the store brand and you're gonna be good to go. And once we got the sauce spread, we will take the rest of our fat-free mozzarella and spread it right on top. And this may seem like a lot of cheese and a lot of sauce, but keep in mind, French bread is thick. So the more of this stuff we put on here, the better each bite is gonna be. Plus, we're getting even more protein by adding so much cheese. And then once we got the cheese laid down, we are gonna add some turkey pepperonis on here. We're gonna need about 15 grams. That should give us nice coverage, and we'll make sure we're not skimping on the meats. And once we got it built, we're just gonna transfer back to the baking sheet. And now we just wanna toss it back in the oven. Same settings as earlier, 425, convection mode, all that good stuff. We wanna cook it for about 8 to 12 minutes, depending on how well done you like your pizza. I'm more of an 8-minute guy, but I know some of y'all out there are 12s and I ain't judging. So I'm just gonna pop this in. Boom. And ladies and gentlemen, when I return, it's garlic bread pizza time. Let's go. And here we go. After 8 minutes, we pulled this bad boy out, and the smells coming off this thing are phenomenal. You get the garlic bread smell, that rich, buttery garlic, and you combine that with the pepperoni, the cheese, the sauce. Overall, I would rate this smell a 10 out of 10. And now to cut this thing, I'm gonna take the same bread knife from earlier. I'm just gonna go down and make little incisions, just like that. And if you listen closely, you can hear how crispy that garlic bread is. Listen. Woo. That's just how we want it. And check it out. If we take a piece from the middle, we obviously got our pizza toppings, and if you look closely, you can see where that butter soaked through the bread and is expanded almost all the way to the bottom. Not only if you make this, I know you're gonna love it, but eating this entire meal will give you over 100 grams of protein, which is not only gonna keep you way more full, since protein is the most filling of all macronutrients, but it also helps you in your dieting, because when you're in a calorie deficit and you're not eating enough protein, when your body's looking for energy, it may just pull the protein off you, the muscle, and burn it for energy instead of fat, which is why I always stress, no matter what you're doing, make sure you're following a high protein anabolic diet if you wanna make sure all the work you're doing in the gym and with your diet is giving you optimal results. Now, before this gets cold, I need to eat it on camera, so we're gonna jump right to that. If you could for me real quick, the most important thing you can do to help the channel is hit that thumbs up button. It helps promote the channel, promote the videos, and can help this information reach even more people. And if you have a particular recipe or food you love and you wanna see me attempt to make it anabolic, leave it in the comment section below, and make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. Now, let's try this thing out. All right, folks, here we go. Quick reminder before I try this, I gotta let y'all know that the best tasting, best reviewed Anabar flavor yet is now back in stock on our website, theanabar.com. You use my code RJF10. You'll save money at checkout, and you'll be getting the first protein bar that actually tastes like a candy bar. We will be launching nationwide in Trader Joe's, hopefully before Thanksgiving, barring any shipping delays or anything like that. We're also available on Amazon. I got the link in my description for that as well. I don't care where you get it. As long as you try it once, I know you're gonna be hooked. So check it out. If you want my ultimate recommendation on your first flavor, right here is on the money. So appreciate all the support on Anabar for real. And here we go. Let me get one of these pieces right in the middle. Ooh, with that garlic soaked all the way through. We got the crispy bread. This is gonna be delectable. 3, 2, 1, let go. Ladies and gentlemen, this for sure does not taste healthy. I know we made a ton of pizzas on this channel, but when you combine that crispy French bread with the garlic butter and you let it cook and do its thing, then you add the pizza toppings on top, it really makes this thing taste like a gourmet meal. And a lot of times leading up to these videos, I'll end up making recipes multiple times, eating them for dinner, really dialing them in to see what the best version is. And we've had this for the past 3 nights, and even my girlfriend, who doesn't really diet like crazy or care too much for that type of stuff, was eating this right along with me and loved it. She is my gauge on what a good anabolic recipe is, because when she can eat it and thinks it tastes good and can't tell that it's actually better for you, anabolic and healthy, I know I've done something right. Now in this entire pizza, if you made it exactly how I just showed you, followed the measurements, used the same ingredients, all that, what you end up with for the whole thing is 1,134 calories with 14 grams of fat, 104 grams of protein, 148 grams of carbs with 7 grams of fiber. We are getting a whopping 104 grams of protein in a pizza. A unique pizza with a garlic bread crust. That's phenomenal and makes, for me, hitting my daily protein goal stupid simple. A pizza only having 14 grams of fat is pretty unheard of, but we do it all the time around here. And this is a little higher on the carbs with 148. But for me, this is more of a dinner recipe. I'm not really eating this thing for lunch. For me, it's more after my cardio's done, after my training's done, I'm gonna sit down on the couch. Right now, I'm watching House of the Dragon, which is incredible, by the way. Quite literally incredible. I had my doubts. All the patriarchy talk in the first episode had me a little lukewarm, but after that, this show is on fire. Anyways, didn't mean to derail. When I'm sitting down at dinner and I want a big meal to get through a show, something like this is what I am going to do for about 1,000 calories. And right now, I'm roughly eating 3,000 a day. This, for me, fits perfectly into my diet. If you wanted to lower those carbohydrates, do the little trick I showed you earlier, you can just cut the bread a little thinner and you can easily get those carbs right where you want them. And one thing I will say about this is that it is extremely filling with that thick bread. So don't be scared to make it, eat half of it, throw the other half in a meal prep container. Then if you want a quick microwave lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever you want to do with it, you can easily do that. Because even eating only half the pizza, you're still getting in 52 grams of protein. And the more protein we eat, the more thermogenic our body becomes. Protein out of any other macro takes the most energy for us to digest and convert into energy. So not only does it fill you up more, but you also technically consume less calories by eating more protein. That's the gist of the entire Anabolic diet, these recipes, and everything you see on this channel. We shouldn't hate our diet, we shouldn't hate what we do. It should be something that easily fits into our lifestyle where we're still eating the foods we love, all while getting the results we want. That is the key right there, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously, this is amazing. You gotta make it. If you do, tag me on social media, wherever it is your social, let me know what you think. And don't forget, if you own a copy of my cookbook, it has been updated, so now this recipe is in there along with every other one. The best part about my cookbook is that not only is it the best diet in the world with all the best recipes, but if you get the book one time, you get every future recipe update I add for free. The book started with around 70 pages and we are now over 300. And the goal is to get that baby up to 1,000. So if you invest in it now and you follow it, I really think it could be some of the best money you've ever spent. Hit that link in my description box if you want to check it out. All right, folks, we're out of here. Thank you guys, as always, for stopping by. Thumbs up mean the world. Comments mean the world. And if I could earn your subscription, that would mean a lot as well. We're always dropping new content around here, trying different stuff here lately. But for those of you that have stuck around and supported, I appreciate you guys so much. If you want to check out Young LA and you ever like what I'm wearing in these videos, you can always go to youngla.com, use the code RJF. You will save money and you will literally be getting the exact same clothes I wear. This is literally all I wear. I literally just cleaned out my closet and got rid of all my old clothes. It's literally now basically all Young LA except for maybe a few pair of underwear. So it's definitely tried and tested by me and it's got my double seal of approval. And with Christmas right around the corner, maybe you got a hubby to buy a hoodie for, you got someone you want to buy a pair of joggers for, whatever, even girlfriends because they have Young LA for her. So there's lots there. I know if you check it out, you will not regret it. All right, thank you guys as always. You rock, you rock. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see every one of you at the next video. See you guys. Bam, 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 baby. We gone.